Hi, welcome back to Comicbook Gallery. I'm your host, Joaquin. And today's episode is Sketchbook Thursday, even though it's now Friday. Happy Friday, people. I'm a little bit behind schedule today. Took the day off with spending time with my nephew. And we were playing a game of chess. He's 8, but he's taken a real shine to it. I was over there visiting my sister, and I spent most of the evening there. I wasn't going to do this video until tomorrow, but I like to stay on schedule. Plus, I had mentioned this painting that I was going to break down in the last video when I was talking about my art. So here we go. So this painting I call Laughter is actually based on a sketch I did, and I believe the name of it's Portfolio, but in the comments below, I'll leave what episode to look at. But if you go back and look at that one, which showed my early work, I did a work, in pastels about this woman who's like a demon, and she's has like 2 vultures, and there's a hill. And I think I titled the painting like Queen of the Vultures. So I turned it into a painting. I have my friend who's a model. Well, my friend who modeled for me. Her name is Tori. And I took, I don't know, 50, 60, 70, 80 photos of her in various like little poses. I've asked her to bring like 2 or 3 different changes of outfits, kind of like a casual outfit, business, or just some things. And I took a lot of facial reactions of her. And this is one of the paintings I was able to do of her. In fact, I did another one, which I will maybe show you next week. I might have something else down, but I don't know. But for right now, let's talk about the painting I have entitled Laughter. So with my instructors at the time, I've been in and out of art classes. I've gone to the Academy of Arts. I fell short of graduating. Since then, I usually attend like junior colleges to just improve my skill. The thing about being an artist is, unless you're trying to get, unless you're trying to teach or have a job which requires a degree, you don't need a degree. Your portfolio is your degree. But nevertheless, when I get up to Seattle, I'm a few credits now short from getting an AA, and then I'm going to finish off my bachelor's degree. Just because I never know what I'm going to end up doing. So, a bachelor's in art. And I think I'm going to start focusing a little bit more on an English degree too, because I need to improve my writing. And I want to start writing short stories and maybe even write a book. Some kind of short story with my artwork. So that's another project way off, but let's just take a closer look here. Let me get hold on a second. You guys still seeing this? All right, now that I've got a brush, you can actually start seeing the brushwork in here. And when I paint, my style is I like to layer. So right here, you're really starting to see the detail work that I put into this piece. And up here to her face. So like I said, if you ever get a chance to look at my portfolio, like I said, I'll leave it in the description. You're going to see what I had right there. So the person that I just made up out of my head for the demon, there's a big difference you're going to see from this painting and what I drew there. The background, I decided to make it into a forest. And my instructors really, they enjoyed the picture overall. And they gave me pointers on what I needed to fix and what I need to work on. But what they really loved about this was my use of light. Okay? So you see how all this reflective light's coming down, popping off her, popping off the vulture. I'm hitting my right spots. This is lighter because if I'm having like various little light sources come through here, the moonlight, they're reflecting and, I'm bringing it all the way through. Sorry, I'm not keeping up with this. So there's a lot more that I could actually take this painting, but I'm kind of happy with it the way it's at. Like I said, they really did like the use of color I did. It's got more of an abstract feel to it when it comes to the leaves. And I'm showing the foregrounds and the shadows. And you don't have, especially when you're doing night, you don't have to spend that much detail as long as you have variance in colors. So, oops, sorry, I almost fell over. And no, I haven't been drinking. But, so when you look at this tree right here, because I have all this reflective light coming down here, this tree is indicating where some of these light sources are hitting through. And they're coming through the branches, so that's why I'm highlighting a few little things. And this is kind of showing a little bit of a pathway that's going through. But overall, I'm really happy with this piece. And like I said, when you do a painting, you have to pick ideally you're picking a spot of where you want people to see your painting. And this is about it, which is about 15 feet, give or take. So then the closer you get, the more detail that you'll see with the bird feathers, and you'll start to pick out just the little details in the branches, which you can see now because I hit my marks that I wanted to when picking out light sources, that I was able to bring everything out in the front and then gradually push things back. And that's how you can, when you're working with a painting or you're working with any type of picture that you're using color, even if it's black and white, any use of bright colors is always going to push the object forward or whatever you're working on forward. And when you use darker colors, it pushes it back. So once you start learning how to master perspective and get a better use of working with colors and where you want to go with it, you can start creating your own little works. So while the moonlight is not directly hitting on her, there is a break in the branches right there, as you can see. Now I'll get back up to show you. So I have it to the sense that there's a lot of moonlight coming through here, and that's why her face is really lit up in certain parts, because the light's just hitting. Now I could keep playing with this and keep bringing it out. Same thing with the wings, same thing with the feathers, and keep adding gradual shades going down. Maybe picking up a few more light sources over here, but not much. But I could bring out just a little bit, start pulling out a little bit more details. Same thing. Everything is just, at this point, everything is just going to would be gradual color variations. Because this picture is done, but you can always take it a little bit further and come back to things. But, so some of you would be asking, what kind of price would you set for this? And if I have a few things break my way in a couple of months when I'm up in Seattle, I'm actually thinking about putting together my own little gallery show. And I would put a $500 price tag on here. Some of you would think, well, that's cool. If I had the money, I'd pay that. And other people would be like, I'm not blowing 500 on that. And so as an artist, you have to value your time. So right off the bat, $100 goes into materials easily. My hourly rate is $25 an hour. And it should be higher at this point, but I taken such a hiatus from painting and drawing that I need to get back to this stage, and then I can charge more. But so $500 for a painting this big and for this type of subject matter. While you'll find other images that are similar to this, you're not going to find an image that looks exactly like this. And that's what you're paying an artist for. You're paying them for their creativity and their time. So that'll do it, people. I hope you enjoyed this painting and my breakdown of my painting of with acrylics called Laughter. And if you do, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hello. And know that my record schedule is Monday through Fridays is usually comic book related videos, except for Thursdays, except on this occasion, which is Sketchbook Thursdays, where I highlight my art and promote my Patreon page, there's a link down below where I've developed a program to teach little kids from ages 1st through 3rd how to draw. And if you go to my playlist, you'll see the Patreon videos there. And if you would like to support me, $1 a month helps me keep creating artwork like this. So next week, I don't know what I'm going to do yet for my agenda for Sketchbook Thursday, but hopefully I'll come up with something cool to show you guys. But like I said, I'm glad I was able to bring this painting back from my storage in Vegas. And there is some other work that I couldn't bring with me. I was only able to bring a few. And that'll do it, people. Hope you guys are going to have a great weekend, and take care.